Good morning. My name is Jim Peters. My pronouns are he and him, and it is my joy to welcome one and all to this in-person and online service of the Unitarian Society of New Haven, now beginning its 71st year of existence, nurturing this beloved community. To those here in the sanctuary, welcome. To those tuning in via our live stream feeds, a big welcome to you too. And to all those who are here for the first time, a special greeting and an invitation to visit our welcome table outside the sanctuary following the service. We'd like very much to answer any questions you might have and to help you feel at home here. Friends, at USNH, we are guided and challenged and inspired by our covenant, and we are, as a community, we specifically affirm the values of justice, connection, generosity, compassion, and spirituality. These are great words, but like the words of our covenant, they find life and meaning in our actions, within these walls and far beyond them. May this hour of worship, of time set apart yet shared together, help us to identify and to live out our deepest commitments. I have a few announcements to share this morning. On Saturday, October 1st, USNH will have an in-person variety show, and you are all invited to participate. Sing a song, play an instrument, read a poem, perform a skit, tell a joke, or just come and be part of the audience. Sign-ups for performers are online with links in the newsletter, or talk to Jesse or Ellen Greist. Speaking of variety and singing, on Sunday, October 2nd, we will begin weekly rehearsals for our USNH Youth Choir after service from 11:45 to 12:15 in the Children's Chapel, led by our music director, Christopher Grundy. All of our young members with an interest in singing are invited to attend. We'd also like to remind those who are still young at heart to join our adult choir for rehearsals Thursday evenings at 7:30. Especially tenors. Particularly tenors. If you're a tenor, we need tenor more. Finally, a quick reminder that sign-ups for small group ministry continue today. For more about the small groups being offered from October through January, see the friendly folks at the table with the clipboards in front of the building near the coffee table after the service. Now, friends, as we adjust our masks for maximum fit and comfort and set our electronic devices firmly into the silence of worship mode, my last announcement is from Reverend Linda Susan. Reverend Linda Susan is away this weekend to attend the funeral of one of their mentors. They're still here in spirit, though, in a service that moves away from our usual structure. It's based on a Taizé service, which comes to us from a religious community in France. Taizé services are contemplative and include lots of meditative singing. And while the hymnals are always available, we hope you'll take this opportunity to dare to be imperfect and learn the songs by listening with guidance from our talented musical staff, Christopher Grundy and Bill Braun. One of the other differences in the service today is that we won't interrupt the meditative feel with asking for an offering. I encourage you, though, to be as generous as possible after the service, when volunteers will have collection plates available, or go to usnh.org now to make your gift. Thank you for all you do to keep this congregation healthy and alive. Let us now begin in song.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to encourage everybody here to participate in the singing today. We have a lot of rounds that will involve breaking into sections of 3 or 4. So the first time through, please sing along with me in unison, and then I will cue one section at a time as we go into the rounds. Please stand if you are able and would like to in body or spirit.
We lit our chalice, symbol of Unitarian Universalism, with a call and response. It is not in your order of service, but your line is very simple. You say to me, "We light this flame," and then I will respond with other words, and when I go like this, you will say again, "We light this flame." So please, start us off. The bright warmth of belonging, of companionship, of interdependence. to remind us we belong to the earth, our sacred home. To remind us we belong to human families, biological or chosen, and to the entire human family. To celebrate this community here gathered, to which we belong, which claims our loyalty and affection. To call to mind the transcendent, the holy, known by many names and by none, to which we also belong, which holds us and sustains us. In affirmation of the responsibility we share to make our communities ones where we all belong. Amen. Will you rise in body or spirit once again as Christopher leads us in hymn number 362. 362, Rise Up, O Flame. I would like to invite any families, children, youth, parents, and any other adults who feel young at heart, RE teachers, to come down to the front for our message for all, because we are about to go outside for our children's chapel. So come on down to the front here. I need your help a little bit with this, because we're going to do a blessing for the Children and Youth Religious Education Program. So, while everybody is getting settled, when you move around the physical space of the Unitarian Society of New Haven, whether it's in the social hall or in our lobby or in the upstairs or downstairs hallways, inside this sanctuary, and even outside around our building, there is so much evidence of multi-generational spirit. It's in the daffodils that were planted by 8 generations of primary students, some of whom are in the youth group now. It's in the posters that were created by upper elementary students, reminding us of how and what we can recycle. It's in the handprints of graduated youth that are up in the children's chapel on the blue wall towards the back. And those handprints now span 3 decades, if you can believe that, of YRUU graduates. The message of the children and the youth here is clear. We are here. Can you say that with me, children and youth? We are here. Even when we move down the hall during the services, even when we seem to be out there somewhere, we are here in one vibrant curiosity and unending exploration. The last few years have definitely presented the young people of USNH and the world with many challenges that were perhaps not seen by prior generations. Children, youth these days are scheduled to the hilt. team sports, choir singing, school activities, and other affinity groups. Why, just yesterday I spoke with 3 parents who all wished that their children could be with us here today. One was in marching band until 11 p.m. last night. Another is singing her heart out across town, and a third might just have scored a goal. Let's see if we can hear the cheers. Goal! The children and youth of USNH and beyond were born into a world where they are able to connect to potentially everyone in the world with the swipe of a screen. And this brings so many opportunities. It brings out opportunities to live out our third UU principle of learning and growing together. Simultaneously, the young people in our religious education classes, our chapels and services, come here all too aware of literally hundreds of bad news stories every day. Many of you find yourselves less connected in person to others and in many ways to yourselves and to your parents or grandparents. In this morning's children's chapel, we are going to create a fruit salad. The collection of sweet, tart, and nutritious fruit will represent the vastly diverse interests, beliefs, needs, and dreams of the young people of USNH. To this salad, we are going to add melted chocolate, which I turn to exclusively for its role as a metaphor for the rich, sweet, supportive community that brings us together in this incredible place. But right before we head outside, now is your chance, the adults of USNH, to add your own sweetness to our forthcoming fruit-filled creation. I ask you right now, everyone in this room, to take a moment and think through all the ways that you might extend a warm welcome to the young people of USNH this year. Will you smile at them and make space for them? Will you share this sacred space with them in multi-generational services and during the first 15 minutes of other services? Will you connect with them through multi-generational events like the Halloween party, the Buddy program, and the variety show? If you will, please join me in extending a hand towards these chalices, the very ones the children and youth will use in their classes, their chapels, their YRUU meetings. Imagine for a moment, so go ahead, extend your hands, if you will, towards these chalices, and imagine that loving, sweet, supportive energy is flowing out through your fingertips and into these chalices. May that loving, sweet, supportive energy manifest as a warmth powerful enough to ignite a flame, and may that flame last through this whole year, through 1,000 childhoods, and through all our shared journeys together. Go ahead and keep that energy flowing, and now redirect that energy towards the children and the youth that are gathered up here in the front. Can you feel it, everybody? Keep that energy flowing as we sing our children and youth out to chapel through this door. Parents and RE teachers are welcome outside too. Christopher is going to start our singing, and the last thing I ask is, each child or parent, as you come, help me carry one of these chalices out to our table outside. So if you can, take one carefully and bring it to our table. Christopher, will you start us singing? And as we start singing, I ask all children, all youth, any RE parents and teachers to stand and come with me out through this door.
Hold down a blessing,
Hold down a blessing.
hold down a blessing, hold down. Hold down a blessing, hold down a blessing, hold down a blessing, hold down. Hold down a
Our reading this morning is We Belong to Each Other by the Reverend Gretchen Haley. We are keepers of hope, holders of memory, storytellers and song weavers, pulling on this thread of truth, this other march of history that might otherwise fail to find its footing. That life is filled with kindness, bold beauty, courageous compassion, sacrifice for the common good, and a wide willingness to embrace neighbors and strangers as kin. We are here to do the work of hope, remembering the past, remembering ourselves, imagining our most possible future for this life that teeters too often on the edge of forgetting we belong to each other. Bring all you are, every shadow and every light, every hope, every fear, for this radiant hour. Come, let us be hope for each other. Come, let us worship together.
I invite you to stand in body or spirit and join in the singing of number 1031 in the Psalm book.
In this spiritual community, we remind ourselves each week that joy and woe are woven fine. Some of us bear burdens made lighter as others help us carry them, and some of us hold joys that shine more brightly as others reflect our delight. We're saddened to share this morning that Letty McFedrin died on the evening of September 11th. She was at home, receiving hospice care, surrounded by family. Cards are welcome. In the coming months, the family also welcomes visits to her husband, Peter, who remains at their home in Cheshire. We are also holding Manya Liss in our circle of care today as she recovers from an emergency surgery on Friday. Manya welcomes your healing energy and cards, and we wish her a speedy recovery. For all those joys and sorrows that we carry ourselves and hold in this sacred space, let us hold a moment to care for each other. Our service continues with hymn number 1013 in our teal hymnals.
Please rise in body or spirit, and we'll do as we've done.
As Christopher extinguishes the chalice, would you read with me the words in your order of service? We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. May our circles of belonging intersect and interweave, forming a resilient web of interdependence that holds us all. May we be that web for each other and for all those we encounter. Amen.